This video right here, I'm going to be talking about, well, I am going to be talking about it, but I want us to take some accountability as viewers. We can't keep blaming YouTubers. We can't keep blaming movies. We can't keep blaming fast food restaurants. We can't keep blaming shit and not taking accountability. We got to look at ourselves and take some accountability and accept some responsibility on top of all that. And I was in the shower, like I was in the shower in the last video. A lot of things come to me when I'm taking a shower. I don't know what it is, but I have a lot of different revelations that hit me. And one of the things that hit me today was we can't blame the YouTuber. We have to blame the viewer. And I've gone through numerous videos on YouTube as of lately, just looking at different content and just listening to what the YouTuber has to say. And I was like, you know, we have, I see YouTubers out there speaking out against certain content being put out, but I've never seen a video about a person talking about how it's the viewer's fault, because the viewer has the free will to say no. The viewer has the free will to not even look at the video, but yet they like and subscribe and they watch that content day after day. The consumer doesn't have to go to the fast food restaurant. They don't have to eat that food. They have the free will to not eat it. They can go educate themselves on how to eat healthier. And there are healthier options out there. But what do? They keep going to the fast food restaurant. You keep getting online on these platforms consuming negative content, trashy content. So what does that say about the consumer? What does that say about the viewer? That just lets me know that the viewer is easily influenced, easily manipulated, and at the end of the day, they're trash. Whether we like it or not, a lot of people are trash out here. A lot of people will present themselves in a wholesome light, but behind closed doors, they're doing something entirely different. Like you'll see a person who may present themselves in a classy way in public, but behind closed doors, they consume all of this garbage content, looking at trashy ass reality TV shows, looking at the worst YouTubers you can think of, eating the worst food you can think of. But outside, they present a different image. And this is what it is for a lot of people. A lot of us, what happens is we like to gravitate towards whatever we're lacking within ourselves. So whatever we don't have, we gravitate towards that very thing that gives us that excitement, that fills that void. So for instance, you have people who watch this bullshit on YouTube with all of these content creators that put out this foolish stuff. And you may have a person who's living a boring life because they don't have any fulfillment or anything great going on in their life. They consume that kind of content because that makes up for the lack of in their life. You know what I'm saying? Just like with movies, we gravitate towards movies with special effects because guess what? Special effects and sparks aren't flying in our everyday life. So we like to watch superhero movies. We like to watch fiction. We love that stuff. You know what I mean? And the people who make this content know that. They know that life for a human being is pretty much boredom for the most part. That's what it is. There's a lot of downtime and boredom in your everyday life. And we fill those gaps by looking at social media, constantly consuming, not consuming, but constantly watching TV shows and movies, constantly consuming fast food because we're trying to fill a void. And most of the time we're trying to fill boredom. You know what I mean? Think about this. I want you all to think about something deep. Think about something that you're missing in your life and think about how you gravitate towards whatever it is that you're missing. You gravitate towards that very thing to fill that void. We all do it. If we don't have a lot of love within ourselves, then we go seek a relationship because for some reason we can't give that love to ourselves. So we got to get it from somewhere else. If we don't have a lot of excitement going on in our life and we can't deal with self, what do? We get on social media and we look at content all day. We doom scroll because things aren't really going on in our life. We're bored. And I understand that boredom can be very frustrating. It is very challenging to sit up in a quiet place all day and do nothing. That's a big challenge. It's just like driving around in your car all day long without music playing, and you're faced with nothing but your thoughts the whole time, or you're faced with what you see outside, people watching, or the scenery, that can be boring. Or you're faced with the voices in your head. You're faced to deal with yourself, and that can be very hard and very challenging for a lot of us. It can be very hard to do that. I even find myself struggling with that at times. I'll be driving around and I'm like, damn, it's too quiet. I need some music. Well, I need to watch some stuff on YouTube. As of lately, I've been very into watching YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Not because I want to per se. I mean, it is entertaining, but because I'm just going through the videos and I'm just looking at all the garbage out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the resistance. I will call myself the resistance. I don't agree with a lot of bullshit that these guys put out there. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I do think that it's bullshit. It's trashy. Just one of the biggest issues I have right now is the fitness industry. I'm a person who likes to work out. I've been working out all my life. And I've seen different eras of working out. And I remember I go all the way back to when they were making workout DVDs. You know what I'm saying? When you had the workout DVD and you play it in your DVD player or your VHS and you work out to the video. And working out was fun. It wasn't all this stuff that we have today where we got people making fools out of themselves just to get viewers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. What it was back then, you put people in a classroom and they do their workout for about an hour and a half, or 15-minute ab workout, 15-minute or half an hour full body workout. You at home watch the DVD, you sweat, you have fun, and that was that. Then all the bodybuilders with the magazines, and they had their DVDs and all that. I mean, working out was just working out. It wasn't all this extra shit that we have today. Now we've gone from working out to trying to be more than just exercise people. And I'm very it's frustrating to watch this stuff, because every video I see now, it's about some young person taking a bunch of roids and then dropping dead probably like a few years later. So this is where we are now. And it's bullshit, man. I'm just like, how did we get here? Why are we here? And then on top of that, you have people who watch this content. Some of these guys have millions of followers, thousands of followers. People are watching this shit. And I'm like, why? But then again, it says a lot about the viewer. A lot of these people that watch this stuff, they have nothing going on in their personal life. Their life is boring. Their life sucks. They don't know how to create any excitement. They don't have anything. Everything they do, they're looking for something outside of themselves to bring them fulfillment. So this is why people consume this trashy bullshit content. People consume fast food because eating regular food at the grocery store is boring. The fact that you have to go home and cook it, you're responsible for putting your own seasoning on it, and you're responsible for the outcome of how that food turns out. That's boring to people. People would rather go to a restaurant, put their life in another person's hands to cook their food and eat it, because they feel like it tastes better and it gives them the satisfaction that they need, and it fills a void of boredom. People would rather watch TV and TV shows all day because they can live through that shit. They can sit there and imagine themselves being that person. The person that they will probably never ever be in real life or never had the courage to be. So this is what it is for us human beings. Because we lack something in our life, we're unable to duplicate that, so we have to go somewhere else to do it. Or you have a person who reads romance novels all the time because they don't have that love in their life and they just sit in lust and passion, but they don't have a way to fulfill it. So they like to consume that kind of content all day. So we can't always blame the people that put this stuff out. We have to blame ourselves at the end of the day. The consumer is the one who's responsible for this shit. Yeah, they can give us, they put out all this stuff every day. But at the end of the day, it is up to us. It is our responsibility to walk away. We have the free will to say no. We don't have to buy those tennis shoes. We don't have to buy those clothes. We don't have to eat that food. We don't have to watch that YouTuber. We don't have to watch those movies. We do have freedom of choice. But a lot of us are too weak to just walk away, man. So I have to blame us. You have to take some kind of responsibility. I'm not going to keep blaming these YouTubers, even though I don't agree with 90% of bullshit they put out there. I really do feel like a lot of people need the microphone taken away from them because it's detrimental to people. But at the same time, it is the person who has the power to say no.